In 2013, I became a high school principal. When I hit some snags and some challenges and some barriers, I literally had no literature to reference, no voices that come from women of color that I could read about, hear, and wonder how they made it. I only read about white, cisgendered male administrators. That just didn't fit my leadership style. So in the ed leadership position, I found this was a very lonely place. When I needed inspiration, someone who knew how to navigate these spaces, that really wasn't built for me, I had nowhere to turn, which is the reason why I'm here. I decided to enroll into the Cultural Studies and Social Thought and Education program because I knew that I could be the one to write and read and research what I've always wanted to read. I wanted to see myself within the literature. Why is this research significant? Because now is the time. Right now, y'all, our babies are being pushed out. It's more segregated now than pre-Board of Education times. And now is the time to do the research, to write about it, to help other women of color who decide that they want to be principals and superintendents in our schools. So, it's also important to the field of educational leadership because there's little to no research done that even focuses on the lived experiences or the unique leadership practices of women of color. And that's what I want to do. So I draw from the applied critical leadership model, critical race theoretical framework, as well as an darkened feminist epistemology, because I want to focus on strictly gender and race and our leadership styles. I also want to examine how our voices have been excluded and silenced in educational leadership discourses and as well as the leadership pieces. What if women of color are the answer to liberating our students of color? What if women of color school K through 12 leaders are the answer to this so-called achievement gap? What if our leadership skills can transform schools? I am hopeful that these questions can invoke critical conversations about women of color leadership practices. I am hopeful my research will illuminate the unique leadership practices of women of color, that it will advance educational leadership, that it will add to the missing literature, that it will help future and current women of color school leaders navigate these spaces, liberate our students of color, expand social justice efforts, and most of all, help all students reach their highest potential. Thank you.